The last stanza is the final nail to the coffin. Okay, so here in the last stanza, what is the poet telling? He did not feel the driver's whip nor the burning heat of day, for death had illumined the land of sleep, and his lifeless body lay, a worn out fetter that the soul had broken and thrown away. So he is finally dead. Death has come to liberate him. We do not feel happy when a person is dead. It saddens us. But here in this poem, we are sad as well as happy that to see and feel that the slave has finally been liberated. The soul that was chained within his physical body, that craved for freedom, has finally been liberated. As we see that his soul, the slave's soul, transcends the misery and attains the freedom through his demise. Though not free in his real life, his last slumber and the visions of the freedom that are conjured show that on the level of consciousness, at least, he has conquered his bondsman existence. Death, as personified here, has finally lighted his path to liberation. He is finally liberated. Not the slaveholder's whip nor the scorching sunlight can affect him in any way. His physical body, the body that we understand, that is covered by skin, is now a worn out chain, a worn out fetter, and the soul has successfully, holding the hand of death, has transcended that level and walked away from his body. It is finally free, giving the slave in turn freedom. So he lived his life through his dreams. He lived his life without getting any attention, the latter part of his life without getting attention, without getting any affection, without getting any care. And that brings us to the end of the poem, where the poet succeeds in creating an atmosphere of pathos by describing the slave's picture his native land. Not only is his native land very clearly narrated, but also his description, the description of his dream, his exertion of his power as a king, and then slowly his loss of stature that is expressed throughout the stanzas is a grim reminder of the condition of the slaves during the 19th century. And though the poet is very subtle in his expression, nevertheless the idea, the torture, the kind of struggle that every slave owner had to undergo before they finally attained freedom, if ever any of them were successful, that struggle is very clearly stated. Some were successful in attaining freedom physically, literally, and some attained freedom metaphorically, as we see here in the poem. So go through the entire poem once again. In the comments section, I will include the link to the first part. Don't forget to go through that before you move on to the final stanza that is explained here. And if you have any suggestions, comments or doubts, feel free to ask in the comments section, and do share it with your friends so that they can also get help, and they can also suggest for some poems of which I can easily find a solution and help them out. If you have any doubts, also let me know. If you have any other poems that you want to share with me, that you want my clarification, feel free to ask. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.